Hello guys, in this demonstration I am showcasing my GForce system as well as the special effects, and you may notice I also have ship resources, and there's basically going to be hull shields, energy fuel, heat, and EMF, which stands for electromagnetic field. And I'm not going to go into a lot of detail about those right now. Most of them are pretty self-explanatory, besides maybe EMF, which is going to be something that is used for the AI targeting radar, which will help me design behaviors for radar detection. So the player will have different options as far as how they play and how the AI responds. So basically, when you fire weapons, use afterburners, or any kind of abilities that have to do with the ship, it will add EMF and increase your magnetic field, which will make it easier for AI ships to target you. Of course, there'll be many other variables later on when I get to doing the game, but the EMF will be a big one. So without further ado, let me get this demonstration underway.
Flight controls activated.
Now, this is a mouse-driven flight controller, and it is a zero drag. If you notice this,
Flight controls deactivated.
I disabled the flight controls, and I am still spinning around in space. Now, eventually, the ship will come to a stop. I designed it that way. It won't spin forever. Now, I could make it spin forever if people want an option that has total realism mode, where there's zero drag and the ship will spin forever, and you can let it sit there and it'll spin for infinity. Then I can go ahead and do that. It's not really a big deal.
Flight controls activated.
Also, you may notice that when
Flight controls deactivated.
activate flight controls, no matter what direction I'm looking in, it'll automatically face forward and lock into place.
Flight controls activated.
Like so. Now I'm going to show you the special effects system for the GForces. If you look closely at the ship, not only is the ship moving and rotating, but the camera is moving with the ship according to the direction of the GForces. And you're also, if you listen, you're going to start hearing sound effects. The more GForces that are put on, now there's a visual and sound effect, as well as the camera movement, and it also works while I'm using the afterburner. So the camera can shake at the same time that it's being moved and repositioned for the GForce simulation. It's also not attached to flight mode, so I can spin it around and disable
Flight controls deactivated.
the flight controller.
Flight controls activated.
It also goes forward and backwards. You may notice whenever I accelerate, I'm pushed back in the seat, and it's even greater whenever you use the afterburner, as opposed to slight increases in acceleration.
Danger heat exceeding maximum threshold. Energy low. Danger, fuel low. Danger heat exceeding maximum threshold.
Now, these are just tests of the resource system. It's not actually what's going to be in the game. I am just testing systems as I get them done. For example, I have the
Fuel tanks empty.
I have the afterburner using the energy system right now. Later on in the game, it'll only use a very small amount of energy and a large amount of fuel. But right now I have it using energy so I can test the system. Later on, also, when you run out of fuel, your speed will be reduced to about 1/4 or less of the maximum speed of the ship you're in, and it'll make you an easy target. But you'll still be able to use your afterburner at the cost of energy and a large amount of energy, which will also use a large amount of heat, which will eventually damage your hull. So there'll be consequences to, if you want to get somewhere quickly when you run out of fuel, like back to the space station or whatever, wherever you're going to be needing to go, because there'll be consequences for that. Anyway, I'm going to restart this one more time. Show you again. Restart the level.
Flight controls activated. Energy low.
Now right now it's not very touchy as far as the visual and sound effects. I didn't think the player would want to see that every time they turn unless they're going into a hard turn. But I'm still working on it, making it a little more fluid and getting the timing right. And it is math based on the GForces.
Danger heat exceeding maximum threshold. Energy low. Flight controls deactivated. Flight controls activated. Flight controls deactivated. Flight controls activated. Emergency stop. Danger heat exceeding maximum threshold. Energy low.
Now you'll hear just a small amount of breathing when I do some small turns. If you listen closely, you hear that? There is a volume control system that also controls the volume depending on the GForce. So as the GForces increase, the volume of the sound effects also increase.
Danger, fuel low.
And I can also add variations of breathing, but right now I only have one sound file to use. If I have variations, I could play different variations.
Fuel tanks empty.
And there, I ran out of fuel. Now I'm stuck going slow. Now, after I get done working on this, I'm going to do the item pickup system and go pick up a bunch of fuel drums before I start back on the AI and pathfinding system. Alright, thank you for watching. Until next time, like, share, and subscribe. Bye.